I am once again excited to invite you and to welcome all of you from around the world to our show, Change Makers Forum. As most of you may be aware, Change Makers Forum it's an initiative of the Jacobs-Abbey Global Institute for Leadership Studies in partnership with the Academy of African Scholars for Social Change. And the purpose of this show is to discuss the future of Africa and its challenges. And not only look at challenges, but also talk about some success stories of the African continent. Uh, Individuals and organizations are doing great work, but yet their work is unknown just because the world continues to focus on the negativity side of things of Africa. But there are equally good opportunities and good work and initiatives that are being conducted all over the continent and folks even in the diaspora for the African continent. And so this 30 minutes episode is heard on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and all other social media handles, including our website, just to bring light to the good work others are doing around the world. And today is no exception. I'm excited to interview one of my favorite people on the planet. And we'll take a quick break. And once we come back from our break, I will introduce her to you and we'll discuss some great humanitarian work that she and the organization has been involved. So we'll be right back. Thank you.
Dr Grace Faraja Nkundabantu, and I'm the founder and CEO of African Girls Foundation. African Girls Foundation exists to bring change by supplying girls with a free education. Our mission is to provide education to as to many girls as possible, for we believe that by educating these girls, education will not only benefit them, but it also benefit their nations, their communities, and their families.
I am Sandrine Nuera. I am in class 8. I come from a family of 9 members from DRC, Congo. That is my parents and 7 siblings. We are 5 girls and 2 boys. I would like to appreciate the African Girls of Hope Foundation for the support you have given me. You have paid my fees and my hopes of a brighter future is guaranteed. I'm confident that my goals of becoming a doctor will one day come true.
Many of our girls are orphaned by war. These are the girls that have gone through different atrocities, different wars, and different circumstances in their lives.
I'm in class 7. I come from a family of 8 members, 6 girls and 2 parents. My hometown is in Bungoma, one of the most remote areas in the country. I was taken by my aunt who took me when I was young, and she came to live with me in Nairobi at her place to support me because my parents were having challenges in paying fees. Most of the time I was sent home because of fees. When I grow up, I would like to be a journalist. I appreciate African Girls Foundation for support, and I promise to work extra hard as a way of showing my appreciation and earn good results. Thank you very much, and may God bless you and bless the work of your hands as you continue helping girls to achieve their goals and pursue their dreams.
These girls have gone through a lot of difficulties, but as an organization, we believe that we can bring hope and bring smiles back to their faces. Join us, support us, and let's help the most vulnerable in our community. God bless you.
These girls need our help. We need to support as many girls as possible. That's our mission. But we can do it by ourselves. We need your help. We need to stand together and give hope to these girls. Let's stand together as we transform the lives of these vulnerable girls and young women who are the future generation of our nations.
show, Changemakers Forum. Once again, my name is Dr. Samuel Jacobs-Abbey. And as I said earlier on, today I am so privileged to interview one of my closest pals on the Earth planet, Dr. Grace Faraja Nkundabantu. She is the executive director of the African Girls Hope Foundation, which is a 501c3 charitable organization based in Atlanta, in Georgia, uh, with a mission to equip and empower underprivileged girls in sub-Saharan Africa. Dr. Grace, originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, otherwise known as Congo DR, DRC, is a PhD in social behavioral science from the College of Behavioral Science at the Warden University, and also holds a master's degree from Ashford University and a bachelor's degree from Daystar University. Grace has a wealth of experience and has traveled across the globe, empowering young women and young girls from all over the world. Grace was also the recipient of the Dr. Nina Lane Meyer Leadership Award, which is occasionally bestowed only on individuals who have distinguished themselves and have demonstrated a commitment to excellence in their career and exemplary leadership within the communities in the area of promoting global human rights. Grace is also the author of the book Experiences of Refugee Women with Different Physical Abilities in Kenya. And so today I am very excited to welcome my friend to Change Makers Forum, Dr. Grace Faraja Nkundabantu. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Dr. Samuel. Thank you for having me.
Great. I know I have always struggled mentioning your last name. I've always avoided it, but I think I'm doing very well in recent times since I got to know that you don't pronounce the N. So good for me.
My grace is sufficient.
That's good. That's good. So, hey, listen, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you once again to this program. And I think we want to begin our conversation. So I know you are originally from the Congo DR, and you are based in here in the US, specifically in Georgia. But you are also the executive director and the founder of African Girls Hope Foundation, a 501c3 organization based here in the US with a focus in working in Kenya, Congo DR, and the regional programs in the Great Lake region. So let's begin our conversation with what actually inspired you to actually start the African Girls Hope Foundation and your role as the leader and the founder of this group.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Samuel, for the question, and also for the opportunity and the platform to share of what the work that God has put in our heart, and just being one of the change makers in the globe, is that there's no little social change. Every part of the work that you do to impact a life, make a change and transformation forever. So being one of them is that starting African Girls Hope Foundation, my story, my experience, my life experience is the motivation that made me to start African Girls Hope Foundation. The life experience that I had before I came to America, that's what made me to give back to my continent of Africa, that the experience and the challenges that I had before I came here, we still have many and millions of girls who are still undergoing the same challenges, and reason why I started African Girls of Foundation.
Wow. Wow. So talking about the African Girls Foundation, where are you? I know you are in the US. I know you have programs in Africa. Which specific countries is the program in, and what has been the impact so far with these programs?
Yeah, we are currently serving in two countries, in DR Congo, DRC Congo, and also in Kenya. And we currently have 140 girls orphaned by war. That 99% of our girls are orphaned by war. They experience their parents being killed, some of them, and others, they were left during the war. So these are not only orphans, but they did experience parents being killed or parents being burned in the refugee camps. So those are the kind of girls that we are supporting. That it is not just an orphan. No, it's an orphan with much experience, sadness, and that going through that situation, it is not just a normal person who can overcome it. So we have 100 in Congo and we have 40 girls in Kenya.
Wow. So these girls, how are they identified, and what is the selective process? Because of course everybody love the fact that they will get the opportunity to be sponsored by a US based foundation. But then what is the criteria in ensuring that those who are selected to the program are actually people who deserve to be supported, and not some family and friends and people on the ground just cooking some individuals who don't deserve to be supported?
Thank you for that question. So we work in partnership with the churches, and through my research, during my research work, one of the results of finding that I came across is that churches are the first recipient of refugees in different places around the world, especially in Kenya, where I did my research. A church, before even the UNHCR get to know that there's a refugee who just arrived in that country, the church is a place where many refugees run to and share about their struggles. And then the church will help them to send them and connect them with the UN, that there is the UNHCR, that where you can register yourself as a refugee. And our coordinators, we have 2 coordinators in Kenya who have been helping and managing African Girls of Foundation there. And they are also even part-times of the UNHCR staff, volunteers, coordinators there too. So they already know who is a refugee and who is not a refugee. So from the church, they're also part of the church. They are church members, and they also work with the UN as volunteers. So for them, the recruitment is very sincere, and it's very clear that the girls that they are selected, they are typical orphans, and they will meet with the widows. They will meet even with church leaders to make sure that these criteria, they went through our criteria of selection.
Got you. So that way, then there's a due diligence being played here. Great. So, Dr. Grace, let me ask you. One of the things that I have known you to be is that you are a very strong woman, a strong advocate for women empowerment, and until recently, that the world celebrated the International Women's Day. The perception is that women are their own enemies, women are their own downfall, and it's also interesting to realize that a lot of the gender-based violence against women are issues that has become more of a socialized, acceptable societal norms. and that has actually infringed on the rights and the fundamentals of women and young girls. And in your opinion, as a gender advocate, how do we denormalize say societal behaviors, and how do we ensure that the right of the girl or the right of the woman is championed across board?
Yeah, for me, is to do what we are doing by elevating these girls and by giving them access to what they deserve. First of all, we are still struggling with cultural beliefs.
Hmm.
I know culture will not change, and the beliefs sometimes doesn't change. But again, we have to have strategies of how we can present the positive social changes, opportunities that can help these girls also to see and accept the opportunities that they're being given. One is by giving them opportunity to go to school and without being dropped out.
Okay.
First of all, I did experience a dropout from school. My parents could not afford for my education.
I never know that. Tell me about it.
Yes, I did. So for me to finish my first degree, it took God's hand. It took someone to believe on the gift that I had, and then say this girl deserves a full scholarship. Then I was able to finish. If it wasn't for someone to believe to believe on the gift that I had, then I wasn't going to be who I am today. So it takes one person to believe on you, in you, and then make the best of you, and then you become the future change maker. Someone made a change in me, and now we are making changes in 140 girls.
Wow. Well, that explains why you are so passionate about supporting these young girls and ensuring that they remain in school. Because I'm so impressed to hear that you have 140 girls fully sponsored by the African Girls Hope Foundation, and ensuring that they are well empowered. But let me ask quickly before we take a quick break. Let me ask: so, out of these girls, what level or what stages of support do they receive? Has any of them moved from their high school base into a college base? And if so, what is the joy and the pride that comes with it?
Well, my joy is that for the first time last year, we had one of our girl who did so well in school, and she did so well in the national examination in the DR Congo.
Wow.
And with high grades, and we were so excited. My heart would be like, and then what next? What next for her? But when we shared with her sponsor, who was sponsoring for her high school, the sponsor was like, this girl deserves to go to college.
Wow.
So we are so proud of her that AGHF now is producing girls going to college. And now, for fact, we brought her from the village in DR Congo. She's in Kenya. She's learning English where I did learn English. And next step, she's going to the college, to the university where I went.
Wow. I almost said that is this a replica of your story, because once upon a time you couldn't speak a single English, and today I am interviewing in English and not in French, and then you went to Kenya and then got an opportunity to be at Daystar University, and this girl is following. So I would not be surprised if she becomes a PhD like you know. Wow, that's very impressive to hear about that. Now, so we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we want to look at other area of work and the challenges that the AGHF is currently facing, especially in the area of COVID. and its impact on the organization. So we'll be right back.
Access to healthcare has a direct impact on the quality of life of American citizens. The book, Perception of Physician Influence on Healthcare Accessibility, answers the major questions in the healthcare system, the problems it faces, and the possible solutions available. It throws a light on accessibility to healthcare in the USA and the role physicians play in making this possible. The author, Dr. Samuel Jacobs-Abbey, is the Executive Director of the Jacobs-Abbey Global Institute for Leadership Studies. He is an expert in healthcare management and policy and specializes in global health diplomacy and public health policy. He is a frequent speaker at the United Nations. This is a must-read for all physicians seeking to make healthcare in America more accessible to their patients across the USA. If you don't like to read, you haven't found the right book yet. Get your copies of the book, Perception of Physician Influence on Healthcare Accessibility, on Amazon, Apple Bookstore, Kobo, Nook, Google Books, Publishers, and all major digital bookstores across the globe. Contact Dr. Samuel Jacobs-Abbey via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn through the JA Global Institute. Get your copies now.
Hello, welcome to Jacobs-Abbey Global Institute for Leadership Studies, a research, teaching, training, and leadership institute that critically provides strategic transformational thinking to leaders and students with the opportunity to develop and create lasting impact in their institutions. Championed by a world-class faculty, one-on-one executive coaching, and peer learning, our programs are offered both online and in cohort sessions. Jacobs-Abbey Global Institute for Leadership Studies partners with academic institutions, civil society organizations, local communities looking to accelerate the impact of their leaders, more effectively engage teams, and build inclusive cultures of employee engagement and performance. We offer courses such as certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma in counseling psychology, marriage counseling, applied psychology, child mental health, conflict and peace studies, international human rights law, security and governance, and in gender studies. For enrollment, email enroll@jaglobalinstitute.org or visit us online at jaglobalinstitute.org.
My name is Samuel Jacobs-Abbey, and I am here with Dr. Grace Faraja, and we are discussing global issues, African issues, and issues of humanitarian work. So, Grace, let me ask you quickly. It's another way of shifting our attention a bit from AGHF and then come to other challenging issues on the African continent. So recently, I'm sure you may have read the news that Dr. Samia Suluhu has become the acting president of Tanzania. And she joins the likes of Salif Ali Johnson, the former president of Liberia, Joyce Banda, the former president of Malawi, a host of other Zali, and a host of other women, including Kamala Harris, who is currently the vice president of the United States of United States of America. Sorry. So the question to you is, how confident are you that the future looks great and bright for women, particularly in Africa, of African descent?
I am so happy for East Africa to have the first woman president there.
That's
Having
right.
come from that region, I am so happy that at least they have accepted her. And of course, she was the vice president. But again, to accept her to be on that position, also it's another level. So I can see the change coming. I think things are turning around. We can count now more than 5 women in the leadership now currently, with that high position of president and leading the country, like Saleh in Ethiopia. So and Ethiopia is part of Africa too. So I am when I saw that, I felt encouraged, and I told myself, no, this is the time that we are being given an opportunity to serve. And I believe, as I said during the on March 13, during the Women's Day, is that when a woman is given an opportunity to serve, we serve with passion, compassion, with all our heart, and to make sure that we produce something beyond expectation. And that's how much we put all our effort into our responsibilities. And I'm applauding all of them who are there already. And my one request will be for all these women who are there to be connected in one way or the other, so that they have that synergy of encouraging other young leaders who are behind to follow them, so that we'll have a long channel of a circle of social change and transformation in the leadership. And I know
Wow.
something that is coming up very powerful.
Well, it's interesting you said this because it also came to light that the world perceived uh, women struggling to take on the mantle of leadership. And it appears as if women are begging, or women organizations and institutions are begging for women to be recognized. But I interviewed uh, someone on my show, and this individual had mentioned to me that, well, it's a pity that the world looks on us, especially African women, as incapable of leading nations. And but she brought up a very good point by saying that before colonialism came to Africa, Africa was originally led by strong women,
Mhm.
fighters or warriors, the likes of Ya Santua, and
Mhm.
almost every African country has a leading force who was a woman, either a queen mother or a traditional leader who fought to liberate their people, and they led their people very well until colonialism came, and then women efforts were relegated to the backbench, either through religious beliefs or either through the assumption that women are lesser people than men. Now, in your opinion, how do we prove to the world that women are indeed capable and they deserve equal opportunities just as men?
I think if I can refer back to the previous person that you interviewed, I agree with her. Is that women, as I've been mentioning too, like somehow the world fear women because they know what we can do. We are
They are
powerful.
powerful.
We are powerful, and when we decide to stand up, nobody can turn us back. When we say yes to something, we stand up and we do it. So
That's true.
I think the world have to accept that we have we have the power to lead. We have the capability and the intellectual capacity to lead. We have the leadership skills. And let me prove this is that a woman first leadership skills is how she leads her house. If you have a woman who is leading a house well, I'm telling you, to leading a nation it's a piece of cake, because
That's right.
the hardest place to lead is where you are in your house. So when you are able to lead more the people that you are surrounded every morning, every night, every noontime, it's easy to lead even people who are everywhere. That's what I believe. Because number one, there are so many crossing across in the family there, but if you can be able to overcome that, you can overcome other issues around the world. And I think there's a power that women we have this compassion and this power that, I don't want to fail. No, not me. I have to work hard beyond. And that's the spirit of a woman, that we don't want to show the world that we are less. No, we want to show the world that we can do it. We have the capacity. Just give us an opportunity to do it and see.
And I agree with you absolutely on that. Now, so I know that in every institutions, there are challenges, there are obstacles, but the year 2020, and even though now we are in 2021, the world is still battling this coronavirus surge, and we know it has had a great impact on a lot of institutions and organizations. Now, the African Girls Foundation, how has the coronavirus impacted your efforts, particularly in the work that you do across the African region, and also with your fundraising abilities to support these girls?
Yeah, of course, COVID, the global pandemic affected everyone around the globe. And of course, it did affect us too, because we could not do any events, our fundraisings. We didn't only have one, but one cannot cover everything that we need, the organization needs. So we were very much also affected. And another challenge is that our kids, especially in different places, our families were under malnutrition. So some of the children were under malnutrition. Food became an issue. Provision of parents to get food was very hard because no one was allowed to go outside. With the small business that people in Africa do, they were not allowed to do it. So what happened is that many families had so much need for food, and kids were under malnutrition. Until today, we still have some of the kids who are still struggling with malnutrition. But GHF was able to raise a small fund and were able to feed over 170 families of a size of 3 to 5 children. It's what we were able to do, but again, we did something during
That's
that.
right.
But our work still continue, although we are not yet there with, of course, COVID is still there. Traveling is still hard. And of course, the communities are not yet fully into 100% activities. So of course, we have been shaken there with changes of the COVID-19. So, but we are trusting that God will bring. We will get funds from friends, from everyone who knows about us, and we are still sharing about the major impact that we are doing of raising these kids, and also families who are struggling with food, that we need help to also help these kids, these children, these families who are struggling with malnutrition.
Got you. Got you. So, you were a recipient of the Dr. Nina Lynn Mayoff Leadership Award, and as we read from your profile, this award is usually bestowed on individuals who have distinguished themselves in their career, and also who have demonstrated the ability to promote a global human rights. Now, the question to you, though, is so how has this recognition, not the award doesn't really matter, but the recognition of your work, how has that impacted your work for the promotion of girls, women, and children from across the world?
It's very impressive and grateful, thankful for people who believe in what we are doing, that the world need to know of the work that is being done in Africa through African Girls Hope Foundation and through the leadership that have been leading this work. So sometimes when the work is not being recognized, nobody will know it. Of which I say thank you to Jagils Institute for that platform, that through that we have many people who calls and ask us, you are a recipient, congratulations for the work. Can you come and be part of our speaker? Can you be one of our the mentor to this program? Because of that recognition that people would trust us with many responsibilities and give leadership to others who need to hear more about the work that we are doing.
Wow, good. All right, great. So we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with Dr. Grace Faraja. All right, so
Hello, welcome to Jacobs-Abbey Global Institute for Leadership Studies, a research, teaching, training, and leadership institute that critically provides strategic transformational thinking to leaders and students with the opportunity to develop and create lasting impact in their institutions. Championed by a world-class faculty, one-on-one executive coaching, and peer learning, our programs are offered both online and in cohort sessions. Jacobs-Abbey Global Institute for Leadership Studies partners with academic institutions, civil society organizations, local communities looking to accelerate the impact of their leaders, more effectively engage teams, and build inclusive cultures of employee engagement and performance. We offer courses such as certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma in counseling psychology, marriage counseling, applied psychology, child mental health, conflict and peace studies, international human rights law, security and governance, and in gender studies. For enrollment, email enroll@jaglobalinstitute.org or visit us online at jaglobalinstitute.org.
Our quick break, and before we wrap up our conversation, once again, you are tuned in to Changemakers Forum, an initiative of the Jacobs-Abbey Global Institute for Leadership Studies in collaboration with the Academy of African Scholars for Social Change. And this program purposefully meant to discuss the global issues and continental issues vis-a-vis empowering people, and also to bring light to the continent. And so, Grace, welcome back. And let me ask you this. Now, it's a question that every guest who appears on my show gets to answer, and you'll be no different from them. The question is, do you believe or ever think that it is possible that we will have United States of Africa? If so, why? And if not, why not?
Oh, that's a hard question, but good question. I would love to have, for us to have a united Africa. There's power in us united, and the less we are divided, our continent will be dying. But the better we unite, the stronger we become, and the stronger we build our continent. But our leaders have to understand that. They have to accept that. Is it possible for us to be a united Africa? It is possible. If every leader will accept and know that if they can do that, there's power and there's a transformation that can come across Africa. And all these issues that we are having right now, tribalistic issues, fight, ethnicity issues, war all the time, is because we are missing something. We are missing this union that we are supposed to have as African. And when we become one, no other person will come across to divide us. So unity is stronger than being separated.
Well, there's other school of thought that will say that, well, look at all the global, continental challenges that we are having in our countries. Let's say, for instance, Congo DRC, since you're from there, look at all the troubles that is going on, tribalism and killing of innocent women and children. If you cannot even resolve a small country's problem, what business do you have in resolving 54 countries put together as one? So what will you say to set people with that skeptical opinion?
I think one thing that we have to understand as African is that we have to stop the mentality of looking someone on the face and call that person that you are different from me. That's one thing that that's the big challenge. Like for me, as I speak right now, in my village, there's a fight going on. They're trying to push my tribe away from my village, that they don't belong there because of their physical appearance, calling me or calling my people that they are Tutsis, and we do not belong to Congo. That's we need to stop that. We need to stop that.
And how do we stop that? Because this is going on for ages.
Mm-hmm. That have been going on for ages, and I think to stop that is that, like for me, I am doing African Gazo Foundation. I am not just selecting the people from my own village. I am mixing all the kids from different tribes. That's one thing. And someone else, and I know for sure that there's also politics inside too. There's also politics behind all the tribalism, that people are being given maybe support to do that and to bring trouble. I don't know. But again, they're abusing their own country, their own village, their own people. And innocent children and mothers and pregnant mothers, women are suffering because of that. And for me, really, it's really hurt me so much to hear from the time I was born, my country is still going into the same issues. It's ridiculous. And
it is, and it's unacceptable. But I strongly believe that the world and the continent and the leadership of the African continent has a role and a responsibility to ensure that maintenance of peace, security is adhered to. I once published an article entitled "The Difference Between Tolerance and Acceptance." I strongly believe that we have a limitation as to how much we can tolerate people.
Yeah.
But we can accept people irrespective of our differentials. We can accept people irrespective of our skin color, irrespective of our appearance and our look and our speeches and all that. And so for the African continent to overcome these challenges, there is therefore the need for folks like you who are investing into young girls, young women to change their narrative and to change their mindset. And one day we will get there if God permits. Hey, Grace, it's been a pleasure talking to you. But before you go, can you share with our viewers what is next for African Girls Hope Foundation post pandemic? And I know you are also planning some activities in support of the African Girls Hope Foundation. So you want to talk to us briefly about that, and then we can wrap it up.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Samoa, for the opportunity that we are here together and share about our nation, our continent, and about African Girls Hope Foundation. I do really appreciate. And for African Girls Hope Foundation, we have so many activities coming up. This month of March, of course, it's a month celebrating for women. And we are right now, currently, we are raising funds to support with the girls' uniforms and girls' shoes, especially those who goes to school walking in the villages. They walk like 1 hour to go to school. So we are incredibly encourage everyone to donate whichever money you can, so that we support these kids with shoes and uniform. And also we have other programs that are coming up, will be on our website soon and sharing with everyone. But get to our website, www.africangirlshope.org. There we have all our contact and different programs that we have there, and be with us, stand with us, and be part of us as we make changes in the lives of girls.
Wow. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Grace, for your time with us this morning. And folks from around the world, I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for watching our show. As I mentioned, this show is purposely meant to bring out the best in people and also to share to the rest of the world what others are doing secretly behind the scene to change the narratives, particularly of Africa and its descents. And so on this note, I want to thank all of you once again. I want to thank you in particular, Dr. Grace Faraja, for your coming to the show and for your support for these women and young girls. God bless you, and we'll see you on the flip side. Have a good day. Bye.